What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. 3 more of these new look rebuilds left to do, and then we are done. So let's go ahead and jump into one of the 3 teams we have left to do. As I say, we have ourselves the Jacksonville Jaguars. So let's jump in and do this new look Jaguars rebuild in Madden 25. Before we get into today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one and subscribe if you're new to this channel. As always, greatly appreciated. We're currently on the road to 10,000 subs. So want to help us reach that goal by hitting that subscribe button. That'd be greatly appreciated, especially if you watch these videos consistently. But today, like I said, we have the Jacksonville Jaguars. So they've had themselves a pretty solid offseason. Now, one thing I also need to do out of the gate is I need to trade my first next year over to obviously the Browns because of the trade that those made. We just did a Browns new look rebuild the other day as well. So if you want to check that out and you haven't seen that one's fun too. So that is done. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lineup, and you'll kind of see something cool about this one today. But I'll show you why I'm saying that in just a second. So here's the lineup. So obviously you have Trevor Lawrence at quarterback, you have Travis Etienne, Tank Bigsby, Brian Thomas Jr., and then Travis Hunter at wide receiver, Dyami Brown, and then so far everyone's morale is down because I accidentally clicked a freaking news conference thing, and I was trying to just skip through it, and I guess I picked a terrible option for the morale of the team. So we're off to a poor start, I guess. I don't know. And then on the defensive side of the football, we have Murray, Fuasada Luakan, Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma, and then obviously we need to fix. Actually, we probably need to change this scheme to something else because better if this was 4-3. We're also running the Bucs offense, obviously, because of Liam Cohen being the coach now. So I think 4-3 would actually work better for the way this defense is structured, right? Because you'll have Trayvon Walker, Josh Allen, and then Luakan, Devin Lloyd. Yeah, so that looks much better. This is what we so. And also we have Travis Hunter playing corner. So I've made him wide receiver and corner, assuming that's kind of what he does in real life based off the way they drafted him, based off what he wants to be in the NFL. It'll be a lot of fun to see how that actually works and how much he does play on both sides of the ball. Not sure it'll be every snap, but in this one it will be. So it's just a duplicate basically. Yeah, so it's not exactly accurate. I don't think the attributes are accurate for both guys, but it is what it is. Like, we have it at least as close as we possibly can. So with that all being said, we're going to simulate year number 1. Hopefully that I will say that freaking morale thing doesn't hurt us too much, but I will see you guys, like I said, the one. Travis Hunter and Brian Thomas should be a very fun wide receiver duo, and Trevor Lawrence should have no excuse. Hopefully Trevor Lawrence can finally get it going and he could be our quarterback throughout the video. There's been times where I wanted to move on from him, but I'm hoping to keep him throughout the video if we can, because obviously he got paid just recently, and he's one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL, you would think, and it just hasn't really worked out that way. So unfortunately, at the end of year number 1, we finished up at 8-9, so we do not make the playoffs. We would have loved to see us in there. Obviously, the Jaguars, I assume, probably have some playoff expectations going into the next season because of what they have on the roster with, obviously Trevor Lawrence, Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter, but unfortunately was not meant to be this year. We missed the playoffs by maybe a couple of games. I'm assuming 10 maybe would have got us in. We can take a look at that in just a second. Obviously, look at the stats too. So we had Devin Lloyd lead the league in tackles, which is nice. And then what was the record that got you in? So 9-8 didn't get the Texans in. So yeah, we had to have gone 10-7 and had a tiebreaker. So 2 games away from making the playoffs, I guess. So let's take a look at the stats. Lions beat the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Offensively was 19th in the NFL, and on the defense side of the football, we were 14th in the NFL. So not horrible. Not a bad season out of Trevor Lawrence, 28-14. I've seen a lot worse from him in the simulation before. 939 yards, 9 touchdowns from Etienne. We had 1,000 from Travis Hunter, 1,000 from Brian Thomas, 600 from Dyami Brown, 500 from Strange, and then 300 from Travis Etienne. And then on the defense side of the ball, you had 7 sacks from Josh Allen, 6.5 Trayvon Walker, 5 from Manuel Ogba, and then 4 from Eric Armstead. Interceptions, Darnell Savage with 4, 3 from Travis Hunter, 2 from Con, and 2 from Lewis. So not bad. Let's go ahead, though, and get into the re-signing stage. So $84 million to work with. We have Devin Lloyd, who will absolutely be accepted. Trayvon Walker, I think I'm going to accept that as well. I don't think he's been as good as the Jaguars would have wanted, but he's still a solid, fine player. I'm going to keep Dyami Brown so we can keep him around for the 3rd wide receiver spot, because obviously we're good at wide receiver. If one thing we don't need to worry about today, it's wide receiver. We have some damn good wide receivers, and we feel good about that going forward. I do think the offensive line needs to improve, though. I think that's one thing that I will be looking at on this offense is how bad this offensive line is. It needs work in the worst way possible. So you got Travis Hunter up, superstar X Factor now at wide receiver. Defensively, he's still a superstar dev, but Luakan's now superstar X Factor, and Devin Lloyd superstar. Was he a superstar last year? I don't remember. Safeties need improved as well, along with D-line. So there's quite a bit we need to attack to improve this team, even though you have a lot to like on this offensive side of football. I don't mind Brendan Strange, but again, offensive line and then defensive line and safeties is going to be the main priority offseason. So let's see if we can get any of that in free agency. So we went ahead and made 4 offers in free agency. So Kendall Fuller, Andre Sisco, who I think used to be a Jaguar if I'm not mistaken, but he's still only 25 years old. Tony Adams, who's pretty young as well, and then Dredrick Willis. So just trying to go for some young free agents here along with Kendall Fuller to just be kind of a veteran corner opposite of Travis Hunter. If we can get all 4 of these guys, that'd be great, and we do land all 4. So that's going to be a solid start to this rebuild to get some new talent in here. Obviously, offensive line still needs a ton of work, but we're going to move some positions around because we do have some guys like kind of behind. So Cleveland, and we got Milliam, which was their 3rd rounder, and we have Jedrick Willis, who is going to be, I guess, fine right now. So we definitely need to continue to improve this offensive line, though. So that'll be the game plan. And yeah, basically in the draft, it's all going to be about building in the trenches. Now, unfortunately for us, obviously, as we all are aware, we traded our 1st round pick. So we don't even have a 1st round pick in this draft. That's going to be the disappointing part. But we'll just have to hit on round 2 and 3. If we can ideally get defensive tackle and an offensive tackle, I think that'd be great. That's going to be the game plan. That's what I'm going to hope for because we're good at guard right now. We need an offensive tackle. We need a D tackle, and that's going to be the 2 guys we target in this. So funny enough, I accidentally made a mistake. I traded the wrong pick earlier, so that's kind of hilarious. Well, I did technically trade the right pick, but not in the timeline that we're on. So we're actually supposed to have this pick go to the Browns right now. So let's go ahead and see if we can get that pick back from them. So I'm going to assume it's this one. Who knows which one it truly is, but they will accept that. So we're going to get our 1st rounder in this draft. That's good. And apparently, we also have a extra 3rd round pick from the Lions. I don't remember what trade that's from. I probably could have looked at it, but I forgot to. So if we can, or I guess it's already showing them an extra 3rd rounder. So that works. So they have an extra 3rd rounder in 2026, it looks like, too. So that's fine. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get to that 2nd round like I was kind of talking about. So the Browns, I didn't even see who they took, to be honest with you. But now we're going to get to our 1st round 2 pick. All right. So as I kind of mentioned, D linemen or offensive linemen we're looking for. And did I just see Spencer Fano still on the board? I sure did. We'll absolutely jump on this. A impact blocking, A pass block. Absolutely going to be our 1st round pick here. And for whatever reason, Matt does not let me there. Okay, that makes sense. So I'm going to assume he's not on the board when we jump back in. So that's going to be beautiful. So yeah, that's awesome. Love that. All right, well, let's try to get back in, shall we? So I'm assuming Spencer Fano wasn't supposed to be there. It did that last time to me for Ryan Williams. I think someone commented that's because Spencer was already drafted. So the draft board is still not showing. I'm going to assume he's not on the board anymore. He probably shouldn't have been to begin with. Yeah, he's not on the board. Okay, so that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and draft DJ Hicks here, though, in round 1 to get our D tackle addressed. So that's done. 50 in true value, drafted 49. So pretty much exactly at the right value. And hopefully in round 3, we can actually get our D lineman, another D lineman, and an offensive tackle. But it all depends on obviously what's available. Kind of annoying that the draft board keeps disappearing on us, but whatever. Can't do anything about it. So do we have anybody? We have Capehart down the board. We have Micah Morris at left guard. We got Zach Rice. So we could take one of these guys. Yeah, I guess I am going to go ahead and take I guess I'm going to take Micah. Which one's bigger? I guess Micah Morris 330 pounds. Well, Zach Rice 305. So I'm going to take Micah Morris here with this selection. So Micah Morris is going to be our other pick to address in the offensive line. We have a lot of guards right now, I will say, but we're just gonna have to move guys around as much as possible. And then I think I'll take Capehart with its other pick. So Campbell and Zach Rice go, and Tristan go. A bunch of offensive linemen are being ripped right now. But I think I'm going to take Capehart here and see if he can become the 2nd D tackle next to DJ Hicks. I don't know if he will be, but that's the hope anyway. So 123 true value, normal dev. Still don't really have a lot of good players there anyway. So that is going to be our draft. We go ahead and get into the lineup going into year number 2. So I'm going to move the offensive line around a little bit because there's a bunch of log jams at the guard spot. Maybe someone slides to the tackle, see what it looks like, but maybe someone slides to center as well. Definitely a lot to fix on that offensive line. So here's what the lineup is looking like going into year number 2. So we have Trevor Lawrence, of course, still under center at quarterback. Looks like they also drafted us Jalen Daniels out of Kansas. We got Travis Etienne, Brian Thomas, Travis Hunter, De'Ami Brown, Little, Millam, Cleveland, Micah Morris, and Jedrick Willis. So the O-line's looking a little improved. Is it elite by any means? Absolutely not, but it's getting better. We moved Cleveland to center. We have Michael Moore starting. We have Millam starting now. So Makari, I guess, is on the bench for now. And then on defensively, we have Adams, we have Fuasana Luakon, Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma, Cisco. Again, I think he was on the Jaguars and got cut, but I could be mistaken. Kenneth Fuller, Trayvon Walker. We have K-Part, who's down here, DJ Hicks, and then Campbell. So yeah, we're gonna see how this goes. So we're gonna see if we can get to the end of the season being in the playoffs. We went 8-9 last year. Could we win like maybe 2 more games this year and find ourselves in? I'll see. So at the end of year number 2, we finally make it back to the postseason. We also won the AFC South, which is awesome. Now the Colts were tied with us, but I guess we edged them out in the tiebreaker, so that's nice. As far as league leaders are concerned, Josh Allen had, oh my gosh, what am I looking at? 31 sacks. The man went from 7 last year to 31. I honestly thought I was reading that incorrect for a second. I was like, wait, maybe that's 31 TFLs, but even then, that, oh my gosh, 31 sacks is insane. What is the record? I think that would absolutely demolish the record if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't it just set not that long ago by like TJ Watt or something? I can't remember it now. But wow, what a season. Offensively, 17th in the NFL. So would like that to be better, but at least it's not the worst. And obviously with that, we're the first defense. So 34-9 for Trevor Lawrence. He had 1,100 yards and 6 touchdowns from Travis Etienne. Travis Hunter had a great season. 18 touchdowns, 1,500 yards, 800 from Brian Thomas, 500 from Strange, 400 from De'Ami Brown. Sacks-wise, we also had 14 from Trayvon Walker, so that's awesome, and 9 from Eric Armstead, 4 from DJ Hicks, 3.5 from Devin Lloyd, interceptions, 3 from Luakon. Travis Hunter did not come down with any picks this year, unfortunately, on the defense side of the football. Where is he at anyway? Okay, all the way down here. He had 59 tackles. Yeah, no interceptions, which is kind of disappointing for him. But all right, we get to play in wildcard weekend. I cannot believe we just came off a season where somebody had 31 sacks for us. That's wild. Okay, let's jump in and play the Broncos. This is Trevor Lawrence's first return since what? When they beat, obviously, the Chargers off that 27-0 comeback. Then they lose to the Chiefs. So this is our first time in the playoffs in a couple years or whatever it's been. So we're down 7-0 to start things off, though, and we're going to tie it up. And the Broncos scored oh, wow. So far, Trevor Lawrence is folding like a piece of paper in these playoffs, I'm noticing. I think he's thrown 2 picks up to this point. And our offense has just not been there for this game. So it's 31-14. It looks like we lost this one. We do score there for a second. But how many interceptions did he throw in this game? Because it looked like he threw at least 2. He did, in fact, throw 2. So just brutal at turnovers. You can't turn the football in the postseason. It's a death sentence. Travis Hunter had a great game, which that's good. Josh Allen this time, not a single team registered back in this game, which is interesting. Okay, well, let's get to the offseason and continue to build on this, but unfortunately not a great showing for Trevor Lawrence in the playoffs. Now we're at the re-signing stage where we have $48 million in cap space, so not a ton to work with. So let's see who's a free agent. So Etienne and Kendall Fuller. So Etienne obviously is our starting running back, and he's a superstar dev. So yeah, we're going to keep everyone else could probably go. That leaves us about $38 million in cap space. I know Kendall Fuller was our corner too last year, but I only really wanted him for a year. He did his job, served his purpose, and now it is time to see what we can do in free agency. So $39 million in cap space. I think the O-line continues to need improvement, but it's looking a little better day by day. Travis Hunter's a 97 overall now. So yeah, I don't hate this O-line. Honestly, I think if we could get some pair of elite tackles, that'd be great, but that's kind of probably a dream. But if like Rasheed Walker is out here and the other Packers tackle, if we can get both of them somehow, that would be awesome. I don't know if we can do that though. Defensively, they drafted Jamari Butler, which is nice. Safeties are okay, and then Smith is here. Corners, I mean, yeah, Josh Allen and Luke Khan still doing their thing. But all right, let's go ahead and hit free agency up and see what's here. So we have $39 million in cap space. We have Jameson Williams. We have Evan Ingram. Bring back Taylor Moton. And then you have Rasheed Walker. So we actually could grab a couple of tackles maybe. We get Taylor Moton and Rasheed Walker. Because Taylor Moton has 1 offer right now. And Rasheed Walker is kind of interested in coming here. He has 3 offers though. So we're going to try to get both of them if we can. Well, obviously, Rasheed Walker would be kind of a huge upgrade at our left tackle spot. And we are on offer right now by a long shot. And then Taylor Moton, same thing. Although we don't have enough money for him. But we're still going to try to get there. So let's go ahead and maybe restructure somebody. So also, I don't think there's an out on Trevor Lawrence's contract. As you can see, there's absolutely not one. So Yeah, Trevor Lawrence is our quarterback throughout the video. I'm just gonna say that right now. There's just no way to get around that. Hunter would only free us up $1 million, so we're not gonna do that, obviously. Josh Allen could be restructured to save $14 million. So Luakon could save us $6 million. I think I'm gonna do a Luakon because we don't need that much money to get it to remote, it looked like, so we're not gonna go too crazy with it, because there still could be I don't know if what we're about to do is gonna. Oh, Greg Newsom's here too. I kind of like that. I kind of glossed over that. We go Greg Newsom instead. Man, yeah, I think we do. Instead of to a mode, let's see if we can get Greg Newsom. Now, it's all depends on if he's even interested in coming here. That still leaves about $15 million in cap space, so I mean, it would be close. I'm gonna maybe offer a little bit more. Let's try to get Greg Newsom on this team because he's 26 years old, be a perfect opposite corner to Trevor Lawrence. So let's see if we can get him on the team. So now we're going to offer. Moten probably don't have enough money for anymore. Okay, that's fine. We don't need him. So we can get Greg Newsom and Rasheed Walker. I think I'd feel really good about that. Those are two excellent additions. Newsom is still thinking about it, but he does choose them. Okay, so we did overpay him maybe a little bit, but 26 years old, 85 overall. Can't go wrong with that. Leaves about 12 or whatever amount of money it was left over. But our O-line is looking good. Like, not much to complain about. Little, Rasheed Walker's a huge upgrade there at that tackle spot. Defensively, we added Greg Newsom to replace Kenneth Fuller. So we just kind of need to still hit in the draft, and that's going to be the game plan. So, without further ado, let's head to the draft, and hopefully we can hit on everything we need to hit on. So I went ahead and looked at the draft picks that we had, and it said we had the second overall pick. I'm like, why on earth do we have the second? I'm pretty sure I traded for the wrong pick. I'm not supposed to actually have the second overall pick. That'd be crazy if I was supposed to have it, but it should be this one. So let's give Cleveland their pick back. As much as it would have been cool to have the second overall pick to add to this team, it's just not true. So we're going to have the 26th pick instead. It would have been cool to have been like, oh, okay, with the second pick, but no. That's not what it was supposed to be. We could have added one of the wide receivers, which I don't know if I would have drafted wide receiver because I feel good about what we have. But at 24, many different ways we can go about this. We can go Quay, who would fit nicely on this team. Williams, which we don't really need pass rush necessarily, based off what we saw last year out of our pass rush. Could go in offensive tackle as well. But you do have like Brown and Vic Burley here. But I think I've seen both these guys fall to round 2 before. So I almost want to go Quay here and add him to start over Jamari Butler. Obviously, would be kind of an elite player to have next to Devin Lloyd and also Fuasada Luakon. So yeah, he's going to fit perfectly. 84 speed, good coverage skills. So yeah, I like that first pick, which feels great. Now, let's go to round 2 and see if one of those D tackles I was talking about falls to us, because I feel like they always do. I could be wrong, though, in that assumption. But let's see. And no, Jamarius Brown's still on the board, so that's who we're going to take here. And Vic Burley's still on the board. But I'm going to take Jamarius Brown here. Going to be the opposite starter of DJ Hicks. 120 true value. Hidden dev, though. Going to start immediately. So maybe I should have taken Vic Burley instead. Who knows? All right, round 3. I mean, I think we probably take a safety if we can. I just don't really know if there's going to be a good one available. Safety is definitely one of our other weaknesses on this team. We have quarterback and Sam Levitt, Charles. We got Jaden Greathouse, Jackson Howard, Chase. Could take another D tackle technically, or we could take Riley Williams out of Oregon. Get ourselves another weapon on this defense or this offense. If he has elite speed, maybe, but nah, he doesn't. Okay. I don't know if I really love any of these options. I'm not gonna lie to you. Is there a way where we could trade for safety using this 3rd round pick? We could take Kylan Jackson at TCU. Does he have elite speed? No. Okay. I think I've made up my mind. I think we're going to gamble here with this pick. We're going to trade this pick, and we're going to try to get a safety at one of these spots. So I think I'm going to try to see if I can land ourselves a free safety. You know, Madden will say that's one of our biggest needs. I think it is. So free safety. But we have Antoine Winfield, John Johnson, sorry. I mean, Winfield would be elite, but that's going to be really hard to pull off. So I'm going to try that. Quay Martin. Reed Blankenship, Jesse Bates, who's a 98 overall over there, Javon Holland, Justin Simmons, who thought about signing earlier, but we could go get also Trayvon Moehrig from the Panthers. I wonder if the Panthers give me Moehrig here. So let's say we offer this 3rd rounder. I want to see how close this gets to him. Not going to be any close. What if we trade our 2nd in next year's draft for Trayvon Moehrig? Getting closer, but this would give us a safety, and I'll go 4th and maybe 2 4s. 3, 2, 4, 4 for Moehrig. They accept. Okay, we got our free safety. I like that. Our safeties were kind of weak, so that upgrades them a little bit. And now we go take a look at the lineup going here number 3. We're an 87 overall as we get to play the New York Giants opening up the season, but let's see what the lineup is looking like officially. So we got Rasheed Walker, Milam, Cleveland, Morris, and then Walker Little, or whatever his first name is. I think I'm going to move Jedrick Willis over to the right side so he starts, because obviously he's star dev and Little isn't. So that's what we're going to do there. So that might move Willis into the starting spot. Let's see if that works out. And yeah, so that'll look maybe just a little bit better for the offensive line. No, that didn't fix anything. So whatever, I'm just not even gonna worry about it then. So Lawrence, Etienne, Hunter, De'Ami Brown. So offense didn't really change too much. Defensively, we obviously added Brown. We have Quay Rousseau now as well, so that was nice. And then we traded for Trayvon Moehrig. So we'll see what that does to our defense. I'm gonna start Brown out of the gate, 73 overall. And we also added Greg Newsome to this team. So can't wait to see if this team can be much better. 12-5 last year, got absolutely demolished in the playoffs. So hopefully we can go 12-5 again, but this time have some success in the playoffs. So at the end of year number 3, we finished up at 14-3. So the team is getting better and better. This time we don't see Josh Allen having 31 sacks though, and we have no top 3 league leaders at all, which is kind of interesting. The fact that we went 14-3 to not have anything there. We won the AFC by a large margin as well. Not a single team was even close. The Ravens 11-6 was the closest. So I have to assume our offense, I mean 13th NFL, so it's not like a top 5 offense like you'd think based off how our record was, and defensively top 5 again. So I need Lawrence to be much better in these playoffs, because if we're going to go anywhere, he has to be better. Travis Hunter had a great season, 21 touchdowns, 700 yards from Thomas, 700 from Strain, 700 from De'Ami Brown. Sacks-wise, while it wasn't obviously the 31 sacks, we still had solid sacks or sack stats from Walker and Allen. Interceptions, 4 from Travis Hunter, so finally get some picks, and he also had half a sack, and here are the rest of your interceptions. But we get to chill out on wildcard weekend, so that's great. But we need to be better in divisional, because divisional, or we haven't even seen divisional at all. Obviously, Lawrence did once upon a time, and funny enough, the last time he was in divisional, he played the Chiefs, so we get to do that again as they went 10-7. So we'll see if we can take out the Chiefs and get to the AFC Championship game. Hopefully, have what it takes, but we shall find out. So Trevor Lawrence versus Patrick Mahomes rematch in the playoffs. Divisional is the last time these two teams met. And did he throw another interception, bro? Okay, so we tied up. But I think this is literally how the last time it started. 10-7. And we are in deep trouble. But good. Okay, 13-10. We missed the extra point for some reason. Chiefs take the lead back. Our offense is going to respond right back. Okay, so 3 minutes and 15 seconds left. I have to hang on to this lead because I just... Right now, I'm not trusting Trevor Lawrence for some reason because he already threw an interception early in this game. We got to hang on to this lead here. So I'm going to give this ball to Travis Etienne, and we're going to run for a first down. So it's a great start there. He only has 24 yards on the day so far. Let's also put on some shoe clock, obviously, so we can continue to, you know, get rid of this time remaining in this game. We need to win in front of these home fans and give them an AFC Championship game. Oh man, that was stupid. I tried to cut it out left. Not a good decision. I'll be the first to admit. Okay, let's go to Curl and let's see if we can get Brian Thomas, or I guess it's going to take us 2-minute warning. But I really liked the way that play was looking because we have both our best options on the right side. One of them is open, or if the other one's covered, we could have maybe I mean, they want us to run it again though. I guess I'm willing to try because we got 10 yards on the last run, or that first one. Okay, this time I'm just going to hit the hole. I'm not going to think about cutting it. Okay, didn't gain a whole lot there, but that's 3 yards. Okay, I don't really want to punt this ball back to obviously the Chiefs here, so we're gonna go smash hammer. We got B Thomas, and we also got Strange on this right side. So let's see okay, this is gonna be risky business. Why did the camera angle change like that on me? Yeah, that was a dumb throw. Dumb throw on my part. I haven't been good. I have not been good when I've jumped in. I'm going to be honest with you. The last couple of videos have been absolutely rough when I've jumped in. But I'm going to bounce back here for you guys because that was just a brutal decision. I just forced it, and I didn't need to do that. This time, I'm lucky that wasn't picked. Okay. I'm terrible. You guys are seeing how bad I am. I feel like I'm decent at Madden, but right now I'm making horrible decisions. So let's lock in, man. Let's lock in. So let's just start with a nice gain to De'Ami Brown, and that's gonna get us a nice little gain there. We have 33 seconds, all 2 timeouts at our disposal, so we're in a good spot. The fact that we have all timeouts gives me a lot of confidence. If we didn't have any timeouts, we'd be in trouble. But all right, lock in and continue to make good decisions here. See what we got going on here. So Travis Hunter got stopped, but he still going to get out of his break. I was a little worried there. Our receivers ran into each other, but I knew that was going to be open as soon as I saw where the defender was going. Okay, flanker drive. Come out of this. Let's go Y. Let's go wide trail. Let's see if Travis Hunter can get open on this corner, or do they leave Brian Thomas wide open? I honestly am so glad that was going to be incomplete, because I was ready to throw that to Travis Hunter. I would have had to switch on very quickly to try to make a good test on that ball, and there's a good chance that ball was maybe thrown a little too wide where I wouldn't have been able to. Okay, I'm going to go beat Thomas one-on-one in the end zone. He is going to catch it, but he's out of bounds, 3rd and 10. Probably should have thrown it earlier if we wanted a chance at that. We need a first down. We have 2 timeouts remaining. We only have 20 seconds left in the clock, though. We got to keep that in mind. Need a first down catch here, though. Travis Hunter is going to be open for a first down. Is he going to be able to get to the end zone? He is. Okay. Thank you, Brian Thomas, for that block. Beautiful. And we will win. So it was a little bit of a rough gameplay, I won't lie to you. But at the end of the day, we recovered, and we're headed to the AFC Championship game. And now we get to play the Buffalo Bills in the AFC Championship game. Josh Allen versus Trevor Lawrence. Let's see how this is about to go. So we need to be better, Trevor Lawrence. 3-0 start, and we get a stop. So defense gets a field goal missed. Don't know if they did that or if it was just the kicker being bad on their side. But so far, this game is going in our way. Trevor Lawrence has not turned over the football, but they can still get back in this pretty easily. But I think we might have put it out of reach now. Yep, that's it. So we're headed to the Super Bowl. 20-3 victory. Trevor Lawrence played clean football this time, which is what we wanted. And now we get to head to the Super Bowl to see who's going to be waiting us there. Will it be the Eagles? Will it be someone else? All that matters is we've gotten to this point, and we're excited about that. It will actually be the San Francisco 49ers in the Super Bowl. It is not going to be the Philadelphia Eagles. So Trevor Lawrence versus the Niners, or I guess Brock Purdy, I should say. So it's 3-0. And, okay, can we go score, please? We are struggling so far, but we can get a... Okay, we have the ball at a half, and we will finally score. So 7-3. We get a stop on defense. We go 14-3 here? No, but we do have the ball back on our own 8. 7-3. It's a low-scoring game so far. So our defense is playing extremely low. Our offense, not so much. Obviously, the Niners have themselves a pretty good defense, too, even though they did lose a lot of talent, as we are all aware, in this offseason. So didn't go anywhere there. Only 1 yard gain. He only has 8 yards on the day as well. Maybe we come out here and maybe throw this ball a little bit more in the air. So we have number 5 on a go, which is, I think, De'Ami Brown, and we have Brian Thomas on this plan. We also could just chuck this down to Travis Etienne. I think if we can get the angle, that's going to go to Travis Hunter. They're saying that's out of bounds. Damn. Okay. All right. Well, that's not good. We need to get a first down. We can go back to 4 verts where we completed this in the Chiefs game to our boy Travis Hunter for a first down. This time, I'm going to have... Oh, yeah, rough. I don't know. I mean, I could have thrown that to B. I'm going to have to punt it, though. Okay. I was going to try to escape there. They're going to get the ball back, and we get another stop. Okay, so our defense continues to hold on. And we actually have great field position this time. We have 50 seconds left. Now, they do have all 3 timeouts. So, let's see. We're going to gain 2 yards, not much. Okay, we only need 1 first down. This game is over. That's the beautiful part about this. So, let's go inside zone here. And let's get some yards here with Travis Etienne. Etienne, I believe in you. Come on, man. Get going here. Not going to have the blocks there. Okay, 3rd and 8. 44 seconds. We're absolutely putting this ball in the air. We absolutely are. So what do we want it to be, though, is the question. I'm going to go flood. Let's go flood. Let's put this ball in the air, and let's get this first down. Let's go chase the win. Travis Hunter's on a go. B. Thomas is my first read, honestly, underneath, because, you know, he could run for that first down, maybe. But I'm going to throw... Oh, my gosh. This is a bad pass. It's a bad pass. He was open. He was wide open, too. We're going to have to kick the field goal and hope our defense can hold up. But I saw Travis Hunter about to get wide open when I saw that safety. That's a good throw. We won the game. But instead, we'll send the Niners in position to go tie it. All right, let's go on defense then. Why not? So it's 32 seconds left. We'll jump in on defense, and we'll see if we can get the stop we're looking for. So the gameplay has been rough, I will admit. But that should have been a touchdown, man. Honestly, that was a good read on my part, I think. Okay. What a good throw. What a good start. Now they're going to have to call their first time out. That was a good start by Brock Purdy. Okay. Let's lock in, though. Luakon. I'm going to user him. See if our D-line can get after Brock Purdy, but I'm just hoping he doesn't. Okay, so Kittle underneath. Okay, he throws it away. Good decision by him. All they can do is tie it, unless, of course, they go for 2. Then that becomes scarier, but hopefully that it doesn't come to that. So we're playing cover 3 right now. see if we can. Okay, I'm gonna cover this. Okay, he's gonna throw it away again. So I just want to make sure there's nothing going deep on us. That's all we can hope for. Okay, I'm gonna come out and cover 4 now. Cover 4. You have to get close to the end zone. I'm gonna continue to just try to gravitate towards George Kittle because he's obviously the option I'm most scared of right now. He could throw underneath all he wants, but he's gonna get sacked. That's probably it. I don't think they're gonna get the ball off again. Nope, that's it. Okay, so beautiful sack. Great victory by us. We win the Super Bowl 10-3. What an ugly Super Bowl win, but a win is a win nonetheless. And that's going to be the way it ends. So I have to thank the Jaguars for having my back on defense because my offensive game was a little rough today. Although that Travis Hunter throw should have been a touchdown. A little bit of an overthrow by Lawrence there. But I will see y'all in the next one. We only have 2 more of these new look rebuilds left to do. And then we'll do some funky videos for the rest of Madden 25. But thank y'all for watching. Crushables, I'm saying peace.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.